Hello everyone and welcome back. This is episode 2 of my new city Truffmont going back to Cities Skylines 1. Again, I have no mods and no DLC in this. It's just got the regular updates for the original Cities Skylines. You can see from my last episode, just a very initial build, kind of a short start. Um, but, but what we've got here is a um, sort of a seaside little village section, a small commercial area, and a lot of residential demand. In fact, I'm going to pause this now because I think there's some people who, yes, they need more workers at the ice cube factory. But we've got all the basic infrastructure. I've got power and water in place. And so now I can build a little bit down in here. I'm going to build this section out. Again, I'm going to use some curved and freeform tools. I go back and forth between those. Try to make this kind of a unique shape. I'm not even sure exactly. That might be closer. Kind of an even shape there, so that's that. And then within this section, I'm going to build a few smaller subdivisions and little areas, kind of how you might see where we've kind of opened up the development in the middle. So I'm going to put a little side street here. I have run out of money, but I should still be able to start zoning these. So that's what I'll do. We'll do a little bit down in here. And restart things so that they keep running. We are actually bringing in a positive weekly income. It's very small, but we'll get there. I'm going to go ahead and zone out all of this. Actually, I think I'll de-zone that because I'm going to connect another road in there. I don't have quite enough money yet for that. So while that runs, I'm just trying to give a sense, kind of a starting little area here. I might go ahead and put some housing along here. I just do a little at a time, typically, just see how things respond to that. There is a lot of demand, so it is what it is. I do need to connect some water in here. And I'm a little bit short on money at the moment. But this should put us over the top of the milestone, which will give us some additional money. Yep, we're pretty close. There it is. And they give us an influx of new cash. So I'm going to go ahead and build out some of the power lines that are needed for this area, for these zoning situations. And the pipes are pretty close already. But I'll do this from here too. Now this has unlocked various things, the garbage, the healthcare, education, so we'll start putting those in, but I'm trying to get my my housing built up here first, with as much demand as we have. And I might go ahead and just zone most of this. These will all be up to about there. And I'm going to freeform this out here. These people will be a little bit tight in this area. They'll be able to see into each other's backyards a little bit. It's okay. I'll actually change this style. Now I'm not using a huge amount of detail here. I'm not going in and making sure these zones are perfectly shaped. They are a little bit strange, some of the layouts, but what I'm trying to do is get a kind of a basic sense of how a lot of subdivisions are sort of designed, at least in the US, where they are very, they sometimes look a little bit confusing. And so I'm just trying to decide which way I'll do. I might do this straight. That would be a pretty hard right, I mean a hard left turn. We'll go ahead and try that and see how it looks. Oof. Now, commercial is again growing as a demand. I'm going to rerun this power. In this early stage, I tend to do this a lot. I wouldn't say necessarily I recommend it. As far as I've made some interesting choices on this particular build, just trying to sort of put things where I feel a city would have them, like a small town would have them. It does mean they're pretty inefficient. At this stage when you have so few homes and so little development, but you've got this nice area shaping up here. There'll be more, of course, development as we go. One thing that seems about right is to put in some commercial at these intersections. We'll just do those 4 for now. Let me look at this one too. Just a little bit down here too. So traffic's picking up. And the industrial demands are getting larger as well. So what I'm going to do is do a little more construction in here. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this out to about there and expand this a little bit. Then put a little bit more industrial zoning. I am going to need a landfill, so I'm going to go ahead and put that down in here too. We have enough. And we'll see here how these go. So this is building out nicely. It's not fully built in yet. All the zoning is in here, but only a little bit of construction, and that's fine. We're just doing this as a very organic build. Like I said, oh, this one little area is missing some water, so we'll fix that. And trash service is demanded there, but we've got that started. Now, again, kind of inefficient, but I do like how this feels. You've got kind of a nice residential area developing here, some commercial for them. You've got this nice seaside little situation here, and a little bit of a commercial kind of intersection there for them. Again, I'm using all of these streets. I'm using more of a what is it, kind of this basic parking on the street. It feels like very quiet neighborhoods and kind of that kind of feeling, so that's what I've gone with, and that's true along here too. I see they've taken over Willow Street down here, and that's fine. What I think I'll do is I'll keep this as Window Street. This is for all the industrial, kind of one of the main roads into industrial area, and Willow Street is at this point is a residential, kind of a low density residential area, which feels pretty good to me. Once more, I have to connect my power. But that's okay. Now, it's helpful while we continue to build up some money and these things develop out and the demand develops. I might actually, I'll go ahead and add a little bit more in the way of industrial development along here. I'm only doing a little at a time, just build it out very naturally. But something we're clearly going to need soon. Healthcare and education. So I have to choose how I'm going to put these in. It does seem like some kind of healthcare medical clinic will go in, I think probably in this little common commercial zone area. That feels like a pretty common design. Have those together. There's the achievement, I mean the milestone for Worthy Village, so that gives me more funds and a few other things. So I want to put this clinic right here. And with elementary, I'm trying to put this in an area that oftentimes elementary is located. Actually, all of those kind of primary schools are located very close to residential, and so I can do it a few different places here. I think I'm going to put it here, right in this. Let's see what I think about this. So they don't have, it doesn't have a great reach far beyond, but it will be near some main roads. I think I'll put it here on the side road. Now it's nighttime. You can kind of see this taking shape a little bit, but it's not done yet. A lot of garbage trucks are out doing their thing, which helps. Yep, all those people are happy now. And so, yes, we can see this is developing gradually. A few more houses. Pretty, balanced demand overall right now. Go ahead and put in another commercial right across from the hospital, that clinic. Police I'm going to put up here, although I don't have the money yet. Fire, probably similar. With these, I want to balance out their location to reach this industrial zone at the same time. They're kind of more centralized. Yeah, these are taking a little bit longer to get to that amount, about 12,000. And I'll go ahead and add a little bit more commercial to this area again. A little bit on this one as well, this intersection. Now, while we wait for the revenue to increase, we can take a look around here. This part of Truffington Street is still looking pretty good. It's a nice little coastal, sleepy coastal village area. This again comes over, so we've got this little bit of development, this little commercial area here, kind of small shops and things. getting some criminal activity. So, pretty close here. I'm going to put police a little bit farther up here. I think right about there. That should reach kind of generally across the city. We'll of course have to expand these things over time, but at this stage, all of this is building in. I'm going to go ahead and begin to expand my zoning for homes throughout this area. But I am going to reroute this power to there so that I can remove and clear this space up a little bit. I will need to connect some power over to here, which I'll do from that side. So this is a little bit overzoned right now, but we know this will eventually be housing. We're kind of building some housing developments there. We've got a little bit of light commercial in here. Police is now in place. We don't have fire protection yet, but once I save up a bit more money, we'll be there. So let's let that run, and you can see this is how the city is shaping up. We've got kind of this core part of the city here, in the coastal area along the bottom, and then industrial up here. I've put commercial kind of in logical places to me. These are things that you would have at intersections or things like that that reach where people would often buy things. I've forgotten to put in my water, but that is taken care of. A lot of traffic. I mean, for this size of city, it's not a heavy traffic city yet, but a lot of activity going on as people come in and out. And we've got dawn now in the day and night schedule, so seeing some more activity from that. And there's a fire. Unfortunately, I do not have the money for a firehouse. So we'll see what happens with this. Now I could take a loan on this, I'm pretty sure. And I might as well do that, just so that I can build my my firehouse, which I'm going to pause and build right over here, right beside the police station. So they're dispatching now. So we can ride along on this fire truck here and see as it arrives to extinguish this fire. At the same time, I've accomplished the tiny town milestone. So that will probably get rebuilt a little bit. It looks like it's been a bit damaged. One of the things about City Skylines that's nice is that, and I think this was the same with SimCity 2013, um, was that you can really see the activity as vehicles are moving and doing their thing. You can also check, of course, they all have their goals and locations, so um, they're on their way to deliver goods, so on and so forth. But it provides a pretty busy-looking city. Um, and so I just sometimes like to watch the city run, do its thing. People are doing their thing. Now all of our demand is starting to go up, so we'll have to keep zoning a bit more, building out a bit more. I actually am going to probably expand out this way, um, and out, yeah, potentially out that way. Um, I'll leave these for now. So let's go ahead and do that. That will mean I'm knocking down one of these homes. Just whose home is it going to be? I'm again free-forming this a little bit. It's kind of um, a bit of a subdivision. And it's a little bit embedded, you know, there's all these different little smaller streets embedded. Alright. So we've got a little more demand here. Wow, a little small there. I do have to demolish that rock for that to fill out. I'm just going to zone that mount for now. Go ahead and close those in. And I actually will put a little bit along this road here too. That's not exactly what I want to do there. So this way there's some homes right along this main Truffington Street, kind of, again, low density homes as you're entering the city. And I'm going to start connecting these two commercial zones together. Actually, I think I'm going to remove this and possibly put a park there when that's. I think that is unlocked. If I can find a park small enough. It's a small playground that will be fine beside that elementary school. Just connecting all the pipes in again. Now again, I'm not focused a lot on building up traffic support or, you know, really increasing thoroughfare traffic anywhere here. These will probably become issues eventually once this builds up. Traffic will come in here, and then I can upgrade those roads or do more with that. But one of the nice things I like to do is sort of just build as the need appears, and I'm not necessarily planning particularly far in advance, um, and just deal with what comes. I'm going to put a little more in the way of industrial in here. I'm actually going to build another road, I think, along here. I'm going to make that a straight road. Oh, this also will become an issue, but this is why I put this this industrial zone up here, is that it will have very easy access to the highway. So what I'm looking at here is I'm thinking about whether I want to connect this street up in here. This seems pretty narrow if I were to do it there. If I did it kind of a meandering route, that wouldn't be bad here. But there are a couple buildings in the way, so I will have to basically bulldoze those. So I've done that there. Went ahead and did that. That gives me a little more room. I can always add a little bit more commercial here, but I'm going to put some commercial on these so that everything isn't on Truffington Street. To fully attach this. These pipes. And I'm going to need to go ahead and do that here too. I'll speed up time a little bit here. There's some things getting upgraded. We've got a little more education now. We do have the need for a high school as well, which I think I will build next episode. But as the evening here moves along, these areas are building up a little bit more. More people are moving in. Not necessarily in all of these. We have pretty low demand. I'm gonna add a little bit more in the way of commercial along these areas. Kind of build up these areas a little bit. So as we come to the end of the second episode, we can see we've got a lot more development, a lot more people have moved in. We're really moving beyond just this initial subdivision, if you will, or this initial development along the coast. We've moved beyond that. It's the commercial's now expanding a bit more. We're getting a lot more in the way of homes in this area. We just built these subdivisions out as well. And we're moving right along. Again, I'm not building a highly dense area here yet. We'll see where we end up with that eventually. But right now, I'm just building Truffmont up as a small community, Tiny Town is the last achievement we got. We're working on Boomtown. We're not quite there, but close. And that's really where we are. It's a small town. We've got pretty healthy traffic situation so far. There's just not a lot of people here. And I've got a few distributed areas. Um, so next episode we'll start building more along our education, build out, uh, just continuing to build out all of the demand as we go. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time.